It's no secret that the Sorceress is the go-to for the majority of the player base, both for those on ladder, but even with those playing offline, and for good reason. She has so much of her potential with her damage and survivability, just natively without the necessity for gear, opening her up to be a great Magic Find character, and her potential is only enhanced with her full character-specific set, the Tal Rasha's Wrappings.
In today's video, I'm going to go over the build for
the full Tal set Magic Find Fire Sorceress, taking a build with incredible damage and making her also an incredible magic finding build that can farm anywhere in the game.
I'm going to go over the attributes, the skill tree, the gear for my character and my mercenary, and afterwards I'm going to show you guys some gameplay so you could see this build in action. But do keep in mind that when it comes to this build, there are different ways you can be able to gear the character depending on your needs, whether you're trying to go for maximum DPS, you're trying to do a magic find character, or a hybrid of the two. Just keep in mind when it comes to looking at the gear choices that I'm going to be choosing, that you can choose alternative gear depending on the demand that you have for your build. Now let's go ahead and get into the video.
For the attributes, there's enough strength to be able to equip the gear, and all the remaining points go into vitality. For the skill tree, starting with the cold spells, I put 1 point into Frozen Armor, then moving on to the lightning spells, I put 1 point into Static Field, Telekinesis to unlock Teleport to be able to move around easier. Lastly, for the fire spells, I initially put 1 point into Warmth, then I went ahead and maxed out Firebolt, Inferno, Fireball, and then Meteor, as Meteor and Fireball are going to be the main two skills to deal damage. Fireball for single targets, and Meteor for AoE. Then I went ahead and maxed out Fire Mastery to be able to help our fire damage go even further. With all the remaining points, I went and put them back into Warmth to be able to aid in our mana recovery.
For the gear, do keep in mind that this is a hero edited character. All the items that you see here are not single self found on single player offline, nor do I play online to be able to have someone assist me with helping me get these items to the showcase in this video. I wanted to put this build together myself to be able to show if it would be worth the time and the resources needed to be able to make it effective, in case anyone would be curious to be able to build this out for themselves, and also just for the spectacle of the concept itself.
She is using the full 5-piece Tal Rasha's Wrapping set, which includes the helm, amulet, body armor, belt, and lastly, the weapon. And they all come with their own individual stats to be able to help out this build in general, but they also get an additional stats buff because of the bonus with using the full 5-piece set. However, the main stats to take into consideration are the plus to skills, faster hit recovery, plus to life, mana, all resistance, and magic find. But she also gets a boost with her damage because of the plus to fire skill damage, and the negative to enemy fire resistance because the weapon, body armor, and the helm are all socketed with a 5/5 fire facet. As far as the rest of the gear, she's using the Spirit Rune Word for the plus to skills, faster cast rate, faster hit recovery, vitality, mana, and all but fire resistance. The boots are War Travelers for the strength, vitality, and magic find. Both rings are Nadro rings to be able to add even more magic find to the build. The gloves are Mage Fists for the faster cast rate and the plus to fire skills. On Switch, she's using the staple CT and Spirit combo to be able to buff me and my mercenary with battle orders to be able to aid in our survivability. In the inventory is the Cube, both tomes, Torch, Annie. The small charms are all Magic Find small charms. And the 2 grand charms, first being a Geeds to be able to add Magic Find. And the second one is the Flame Rift Sunder charm to be able to ensure that anything we fight is not going to be fire immune. For the additional stats, she has 472% Magic Find, 80% faster hit recovery, 105% faster cast rate, 283% to fire skill damage, and negative 30% to enemy fire resistance. For the Mercenary, he is the Act 2 Mercenary using an Eth-chammed V-Gaze, Fortitude for the body armor, and the weapon is Infinity for the Conviction Aura to be able to help our fire damage go even further.
Now that we've discussed the attributes, the skill trees, the gear for my character and my mercenary, let's go ahead and check out this build in action to see how well it actually plays out. With the gameplay, for anyone who'd be curious as to which player settings I'm using for my build guides, the past, presently on screen, and in the future, down in the bottom left corner is what the example gameplay being shown is currently at.
The Ancient Tunnels is an incredible farming spot with this build, exploding everything that comes across our path. One of the best things about this build is that there's options for single target attacking, as well as having great AoE. Despite the AoE skill taking longer to cast, having the single target option helps to get damage fired off while waiting for the cooldown, as well as helps take out the stragglers. The Stony Tombs, now being a level 85 area, is amazing to farm now with this build. If you can't tell that I'm primarily a melee character player, how I cleared that room should have been a dead giveaway. It becomes a barbecue at the Moo Moo farm once she rounds up all of the Hell Bovine and does to them what happened to the dinosaurs millions of years ago. Despite the AoE and damage that Meteor does, the overwhelming majority of the enemies that I came across, I preferred just using Fireball over Meteor, unless it was a boss or a large group of enemies, as Meteor would have you needing to either predict where the enemies would move to within 4 seconds, or you know that they would be standing still so the damage could take full effect. But that also could come down to being a skill issue. Regardless, I still tried to use it the best that I could to show how well pairing Meteor and Fireball would work together with clearing everything on screen. I ended up catching maybe the last 30 minutes of Andariel being terrorized, so with the time that I had, I wanted to see if all the hype surrounding her drops while she's terrorized was real. Getting all 3 Sunder Charms from the Sorceress's skill trees, if for nobody but myself, is a fun set of drops. If only it was Eth instead, and better enhanced damage. This is now my second time ever finding Steel Wrens in this game. Yeah, she lives up to the hype.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. This, today, is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time. I'm not in the mood to play with anybody.
Yeah, so much hype for Andariel. This stupid bitch. At least the more important of the 2 stats, being the negative to enemy lightning resistance, was perfect. Unfortunately, as I rushed to try to get one last run in,
What? No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Despite the drops shown in this video, what you saw here was from farming for maybe about an hour in total. And no matter how much magic find that you have on your character, it's ultimately up to RNG, or random number generation, to drop you something great. However, using this setup is a great way to boost your odds of getting the items that you desire. If you want more help with understanding how to boost your odds with getting the type of drops that you want, check out my previously made video discussing that very topic. I'll leave it linked down in the description below.
And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and were able to see if this build would be something that you would be interested in going into the future. And if anything, at least just enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video comes out.
Come on. Come on. Come on, then. There you are. There you are.
And if you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like. It really is appreciated to be able to help my channel to grow. And if you want to see more of my Diablo 2 Resurrected content, make sure to click the card in the corner up above to check out my Diablo 2 Resurrected playlist with a lot of videos already in it, with a lot more coming in the very near future. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.